Hey, good Thursday evening, everybody. Chief Meteorologist Brad Panovich here. Welcome to Live Weather Impact. We have got a beautiful day. It was kind of warm. If you spent any time outside today, you probably noticed it felt a little like summer, and that's certainly been the case here the last couple of days as it's gotten a little toastier. We were 86 yesterday. Today ended up hitting 88. And the big question is, will we hit 90 for your Friday and Saturday? We have not done that since August 18th. So the forecast, we're going to lead off with that tonight, talking about the warm conditions out there. We're going to start with a beautiful view. It's warm, but boy, it sure does look nice. This is a view from our camera here at the WCNC studios off the Billy Graham Parkway. We're looking back towards Uptown. Your headlines and impacts, the 90-degree heat. That's the story for your Friday and your Saturday. Will be close. Question is, will we get there? Remember, 2 weeks ago, we had a Friday and Saturday where we got to 89. Twice. We didn't quite make it to 90. That was because the clouds and a pop-up storm helped cool us off just in time. Drought concerns, we're going to talk a lot about that today here locally and with Tim. The tropics, Gabrielle's out there, but zero threat. Do not worry about that storm at all. It is a non-issue for us. Out there, not many showers. There's a couple just to our southeast, a couple towards Lumberton area. In fact, I'll zoom in on a couple of these spots real quickly because there's been a couple little showers, and boy, you're lucky if you get one of these. Down towards Kershaw County, another one over towards Lumberton, moving towards the PD region. Why do we want rain so bad? Well, because of this. The drought monitor, most of North and South Carolina is abnormally dry. It's like 75 to 80% of the state. And now we got some of the first little hints of moderate drought. Those are those kind of tan areas in the coastal plain. So an area from basically the low country up through the PD and then heading all the way up into northeastern North Carolina. So we desperately need some rain. We don't want to flood. We don't necessarily want it all to fall at once. We need one of those nice steady rains that happens over an extended period of time. Here we are at 6:32. Temperatures are still in the mid to upper 80s, and the dew points, they're creeping up a little bit. We got dew points in the low 60s right now, so you're starting to feel a little bit out there. It's not crazy humid, but it's certainly starting to feel out there. Tonight, we'll drop down into the mid 60s. That's similar to this morning. 67 this morning was not as refreshing as we've seen most of this month. Tomorrow, I'm going to do it. I'm going to forecast 90. I think we'll get close, 89, 90. We're 88 today, so tomorrow's a little bit warmer, so we should easily get there. The one caveat here is if we get a pop-up shower or storm that just happens to hit in the right spot, could keep you around 88, 89, 20% chance of that shower chance, and I'll show you what that looks like. Doesn't look like much. Do not stop watering because that rain is not going to cut it. Now, if you get lucky, you get a little help from Mother Nature. It's just an added bonus, but all in all, these are incredibly isolated, 20, 30% chances running into a shower. And Sunday, a little northeast wind should push in some clouds, and maybe a little backdoor front could cool us down a little bit. And just to show you how sparse the rain is, this is just a look at where we think the rain could pop up. Even where it does rain, these are minuscule amounts. These are not going to do much for you, so don't count on this being a whole bunch of rain, even if you're one of the lucky few that end up getting a shower. Now, I don't like the dew points going up a little bit here, and they are, unfortunately. So not only is it going to be hot, it's going to be noticeably more humid, and we're certainly going to feel it. So we could have a little bit of a heat index issue, which means could be near 90 tomorrow, could feel like it's in the low 90s, and that's going to keep the overnight lows up as well. The tropics, Gabrielle is a mess. It is a exposed low-level swirl. The visible images we lost for the day, but if you saw them, it did not look like much of a tropical system, though this evening, as we talk about it, we've got some thunderstorms blowing up on the east side. Now, this is not going to threaten the U.S. It's not even going to produce swells or rip currents because it's not going to get very strong, and it's so far east, it's even east of Bermuda, that those typically don't even generate swells or even rip current threats. So normally we'd be worried about some rip currents at the very minimum. I don't think we even have to worry about that. When you look at the jet stream pattern, you see this pattern. If anything were to develop, it has no chance of heading our way. The steering currents are just all offshore. Now, late next week is an interesting setup because not that we have a tropical system, but you see this upper low, and I'm going to point to it right there. There's an upper low there. There's a ridge of high pressure there. Notice the flow. For the first time in a long time, we might get the influx of moisture from the Gulf, and that actually would bring us a better chance of some rain. So along with that upper low, that's actually next Wednesday. So late next week, maybe a chance for some better rain showers or thunderstorms. Not that I'm looking at widespread rain, but that's certainly a better pattern. For everyone planning their weekend, I think last weekend a lot of pools shut down. If your pool is still open, this is going to be a great weekend. The lake should be packed. 88, 90 degrees. That's going to be pretty warm on Saturday. Sunday, not quite as warm with that backdoor front, just in the mid 80s. But notice the rain chance on Saturday, it's pretty small, 30%. That's about the best we could do. And that might be the highest we see for quite some time. We'll look at the 7-day forecast here from Jerry Hunt Super Center. Near 90 for Friday, Saturday. Home Panthers game on Sunday. That's a 1 o'clock kick. And as I think about that, typically the early season games are pretty warm. We've been so cool, and wouldn't you know it, when we have our first home game, it actually looks like it's going to be pretty warm. And just a heads up, if you're sitting on the north side of the stadium, it is going to be super, super warm and toasty there. So if you're on the north side, that is going to be in the sun. Remember, these 1 o'clock games, sun doesn't set till 7:30. You're looking at a lot of sunshine there that is going to bake you. So just a heads up, bring the sunscreen, bring plenty of hats, sunglasses, the whole 9 yards. In fact, let me show you what that looks like here. So where the area I'm talking about is right there. So if you're sitting in that part of the stadium on Sunday, that is 10 to 15 degrees hotter. And trust me, there is no shade there, and you're staring directly in the sun because the sun is coming from the southwest at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So that's a sneaky place in the summer for a game. You do not want to sit there. And because of the Panthers of where they are, they typically play the 1 o'clock games. You're going to see full sunshine the entire time. That's why you want to cool. Now, the one nice thing about this, if you can get to the cooler part of the year, that's actually the place you want to sit because it keeps you a little bit warmer. So just a heads up for all the Panther fans out there. Let's go back to the 7-day forecast again. I'll show you that real quickly. And we'll go 10 days into the future just to see if there's any signs of significant rainfall. I mentioned that pattern change possible. By the end of next week, we possibly could see temperatures a little bit cooler, maybe closer to 80. But look at the rain chances, 30, 40% for Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That's not too bad. But also notice the average high. Right now is 82 and the average low is 62. By next weekend, the average high is 78. So even 80 degrees means we have temperatures that are going to stay above normal. So there really is not a significant cool down in the next 10 days, but we're hoping for those rain chances to pop back up as we go into next week. Also next week, don't forget, we'll talk more about this every single day. Next week is the anniversary of Helene. We'll be in the mountains all week and bring you stories from up there as well. We'll talk about that. We're going to talk about the another anniversary of Isabel. We're going to talk about the drought and the tropics with Tim. That's coming up after the break, so don't go anywhere. Stay right there.